I represent from midnight to high noon.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Tim Heinen's Vinyl back again. Apologize for the lighting. I may try to fix this in post. We'll see what happens. But this is part 2 of my sealed records. This is 2025, 2026, possibly even a little bit into 2024. So it's, I'm way behind. I'm really trying to get this cleaned up. So I want to just kind of share these. Some of them I'll talk a little bit about. Some of them, I'll just kind of comment where I picked them up so I can get them put away and all that. But before I start, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Bob Power. Mr. Bob Power just passed away this week, and he was very detrimental to the low-end sound of hip-hop in the 90s. Worked with De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Common, Erykah Badu, D'Angelo. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. His snares were crisp and sharp. He curated this low-end sound that was prevalent on Tribe's 2 biggest albums, Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders. Incredible ear, incredible sense of the space that the sounds needed, and his vocals were always blended really well. So lost a great engineer and talent in Bob Power. So that said, these first couple, there was a sale on Def Jam's website. I think it was last year, just clearing out some overstock. So I picked up a couple things. Picked up The Roots, Rising Down. I am definitely a completist when it comes to The Roots, looking to pick everything up. And since they had that, I also picked up, I thought I had a second one in this stack. If it's here, it's somewhere else. I'll find it later. But I also picked up Kids See Ghost. Kids See Ghost was a project between Kanye West and Kid Cudi. Kanye West was trying to get back into the production side of things and had done these EPs. This one I thought was top notch, and Cudi just delivers. I'm a huge Cudi fan, so picked that one up. Got this one also on a sale. Big Pun's, only released during his lifetime. The second album came out after he passed. Just some incredible lyricism from Big Pun. One of those, it's really sad that we lost him so soon. Picked this one up at Park Ave. They have I won't say a clearance section, but it's been newly reduced, and I try to check it out all the time because I find some gems. And this one, no exception. This is Beat Conductor in Africa. So Beat Conductor is a pseudonym or an alternate name for Madlib. He really just flips some incredible. I guess I wouldn't say that they're hard to find, but just unheard rhythmic African music. Absolutely enjoyed this one. This one is like instrumental hip hop, but really good. It really had a lot of enjoyment. Got a lot of enjoyment out of this. FOMO kicked in from Record Store Day, so I picked up this. This is the originally intended release of the Free Will and Bob Dylan. 4 songs added back in, some removed. I didn't have a copy of this at all. I will still get a regular pressing of this as well. But again, FOMO kind of jumped on me, and I couldn't say no to that. We lost him last year, D'Angelo. Soon as I'd been looking for this, I felt like I didn't have Black Sugar on vinyl. I didn't have this at all. And I felt like since I had the CD of it's not Black Sugar, Brown Sugar, I was okay with that. I've actually since found a sealed copy at a decent price, so that's on its way. But this was the one that I really wanted. And I had it pre-ordered for a re-release. And I can't remember if it was I pre-ordered it and then he had passed, or he had passed and then they announced that they were doing this, but then it got delayed and stuff like that. So I just got the reissue of it. Sounds absolutely incredible, and what a loss! What an incredible talent. Reissue of Depeche Mode. This is Construction Time again. I mean, early Depeche Mode is just fantastic for me. I'm all in, probably through Songs of Faith and Devotion, but this early stuff, that synth pop, dance, alternative, like they were brooding, but they were upbeat brooding, I guess you could call them. Stuff. There's the other Roots. See, I told you I had another one with Game Theory. That was my other one from the Def Jam Hall. Did I need the collection of Stevie Wonder number ones? No, but it's nice to get them all. You know, when you just want to hear the big hits, it's nice to have something like this as opposed to pulling out 15 albums. I was happy with it. I got it at a steal of a price, so couldn't say no. Jazz over the last few months. Some of these have been go way back. Jackie McLean, Demon's Dance. I mean, it's Tone Poet. It's Jackie McLean. What needs to be said about that? And then also in the Tone Poet realm, Sonny Rollins. This is the complete masters of the Village Vanguard. I think there was originally a 1 LP. This is a 3 LP. What? Stop. But then there was a sale, again, around Black Friday for the Blue Note stuff on their website. So I picked up a couple of much needed, missing in my collection. Some Bobby Humphries, just an incredible classic. All these are all the classic vinyl reseries. And they sound incredible. Donald Byrd, Stepping Into Tomorrow. And then another Donald Byrd, A New Perspective. So all those were just easy choices, layup. I probably could have bought like 7 more, but wanted to limit what I was spending. Another one to the STP collection. This was the last studio album with Scott Weiland. I think if my memory serves me correctly now, the only one I need is Tiny Music. And when I get that one, I will try to do a Stone Temple Pilots ranking. This is not a bad album. It's definitely not their best. And you can definitely hear some of the turmoil that has taken its toll on the relationship in the songs. But it's not a bad album. It's really not. Freddie Hubbard. This is I don't think it was a record store they released. I think it was just a reissue of some sorts. It's from Paris, 1973, recorded live at Studio 104, the radio station in Paris. I had seen this, sealed at like one of those ridiculously priced things. It's like, it's like, wow, I'm not really going to pay $15 for this. So I read some reviews real quick because I was curious, and some of the people had reviewed it as the pressing itself or the recording wasn't that good. I do have to, on a little bit of a note, agree with them. It's not an audiophile press by any way, stretch or means. Wasn't bad, and I'm not saying that there may not be bad presses out there, but I was happy for mine for what I spent. The music is fantastic, as you would expect from Freddie Hubbard. And let's see, do I have the players on this? Freddie Hubbard, George Cable, Junior Cook, Kent Brinkley, and Michael Carvin. It's 2 LPs, 4 tracks, so you get a track aside. Good stuff, I'd say under $20, it's worth it. These are some more recent acquisitions. Yes, this is how it's supposed to look. This was the intended release, the first release for the Nas and DJ Premier Light Years album. It was made to look like a test press. That's on purpose. This was their first issue of it. Had to have it. Absolutely. This almost was my hip hop album of the year. The production is tailor-made for Nas. So many incredible throwback classics. This is, Nas at this point has a huge discography, 20 plus albums. This easily scores in the top 50% for me, maybe even higher. It's an incredible listen and an incredible album. Another new hip hop album from last year was Public Enemy. This was a nice surprise. This is Black Sky Over the Projects, Apartment 2025. So I still think that their Def Jam years was their most important, their most accessible. I think with some of the other stuff that they've put out over the years, I get it. For some people, it can be hit and miss. It's not the wall of sound. It's maybe not the complexity of the Bomb Squad samples. I mean, sampling laws have changed, but this still is Chuck's biting lyrics, hard hitting as ever. The beats are actually really, really good. This is a great follow-up to the last one that they did. And in some ways, I might like it even better. Worthy of checking out for Public Enemy fans. This one, loved it. I got the new Salt 10. You know what? These folks just continued to deliver. Absolutely fantastic album there. This one, you know, I love that they marry African beats with gospel, with funk, with R&B, with jazz, disco. There's not a genre. It almost feels like Salt is of a genre themselves, and whew, so good. I got the reissue of, it's been called Three-Legged Dog, Tripod, Just Alice in Chains. So this is the reissue of the last Alice in Chains studio album. And they did it on that yellow highlighter vinyl. Kind of like when we got the CDs back in the day and it was in those yellow cases. And it was like, wow, you got the, I see you got the Alice in Chains because it's glowing in your rack or your car. Same color. So I have a very questionable history with this album on vinyl. I wasn't gonna pay the $300 some odd dollars I've seen this fetch or higher. Just wasn't gonna do it. So a couple years ago, I bought an unofficial copy, which we will discuss in another video. Let's just say that was a story in and of itself. So I'm glad to see this got an official reissue. I absolutely love it. So many great songs and hidden gems on this one. Love this album. Speaking of reissues, Mother Love Bone. This is Apple. This is the LP. I still need to get the EP. Silver? I can't remember what it's called. But obviously, if you know your grunge, the importance of Mother Love Bone and all that stemmed from it, very important album. I was actually really happy with the repress of this. Sounds really good. I know it's on this Eco Vinyl, and there's been some question about the Eco Vinyl as of late. I haven't had any issues with them. I do see a little bit of where some of the criticism may come from, but $30 for an Eco Vinyl reissue or bazillions of dollars for an original press. And I still have it on CD, so I'm okay. This was a reissue I was not expecting, and probably of recent note, the longest I've waited for a pre-order to come in. And it's not their fault. They had pressing issues and delays, and it's a small label that's reissuing a niche band that I have talked about before that I absolutely adore. These guys are witty. They have incredibly fun lyrics. They are a fantastic time live. I've met them. I've seen them up close and personal. They're just a great time, and that's the Two Skinny Jays. So this is their full-length LP, debut LP, Supermercado. This one was on, was it Capricorn or Volcano Records? It was the same label that 311 was on when they first started. So that one was and I'm pretty sure they did a little bit of touring with 311 back in the 90s. So they finally got all the rights worked out, and they were able to reissue this on vinyl, and I am so stoked. This is the splatter version. You could classify these guys as a hip hop nerdcore band. I mean, they are a band. It's two MCs and a full band. It's a spectacle in and of itself. Very witty, clever lyrics. A lot of fun. And then my last couple of purchases. So this one got announced and it snuck up on me, and I was shocked that it did, because originals of this are crazy priced because of the samples on it, or the sample on it. There's just a lot going on, and that is The Emotions Untouched. So if you are familiar with this album, it's incredible. Vault, stack soul, great stuff. However, there is an incredible opening cut on side B called Blind Alley. And most famously, it was sampled for Ain't No Half Steppin' by Big Daddy Kane. Incredible sample, great song, love it. There's also an incredible DJ routine by DJ Babu from the Beat Junkies and Dilated Peoples. And he does beat juggling, which is where you take a portion of this song and a portion of that song and you backspin and this and everything else. And usually a beat juggle routine will build to 3, sometimes a 4th level. He takes it and does 6 or 7 completely different beats live with 2 copies right in front of the audience, and none of it sounds like it's the original thing. And to me, it's the Platinum Stars version of what a beat juggle routine is. It's probably one of the best out there. So I've known about this album for a long time. I've listened to it online. I love it. When I saw it got a reissue from one of my new favorite reissue houses, Real Gone Music, I had to get it. Absolutely had to. Love it. Sounds fantastic. And I enjoy that one. And then the last one, and Emma is jumping up and down now, I know, is Sugar just had a reissue campaign, and I pulled the trigger on all of them. So let's run through them. We got Copper Blue. This was Sugar's debut release. Was it 92? It was 92, maybe 93. It is on this really pretty citrus. I don't know if the camera's really doing that justice. It's on citrus vinyl. Then they did an EP called Beaster that was on cherry, and you can't see it. It's a deep, deep red. I wonder if I can show it if I get it out of the sleeve here. It's kind of dark in here. It still looks kind of black. And then, so that was their EP. And then they did their follow-up, which was their last release before they broke up and Bob Mould went on solo. File this under easy listening. This is 90s alternative power pop, alternative rock goodness. Each one of these deliver. Do I hear a little fidelity issue and limitation? Yes, I'm not gonna lie. You can tell it's digitally sourced. I don't care. They still sound good. Could you find originals out there? I don't know. You know, to me, this is equally, I have the music and I'm supporting them. I'm telling them, yes, welcome back, Bob and team. You are missed, and I'm so glad that you're coming back and you're here. Sometimes it's equal parts music and supporting. So, big stack. I got to put them away now. Some of them. A couple of them I think are still going to stay out. But thanks for watching. A lot of stuff coming up. I know we've been teasing it. Depending on the order, We may have released before this or just after it another episode of the Vinyl Bunch. So that's happening. I've got some things I want to do on. I have a whole stack of the unofficials that I had kind of mentioned with the Alice in Chains that I want to talk about. I picked up a bunch of 45s recently, so that may be coming back. I got rankings I want to do on a couple bands, so lots of stuff going on. So with that, thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the love and the support and the conversation. That's why I do this. It's for the conversation. So love you all. Peace.